Difficult it is. You know how difficult it is to keep this camera held up wherever I walk. It's really hard, okay? I don't know how to do it. But I'm a nerd now. You can see because I'm wearing glasses in a YouTube video. Who does that? Like, who wears glasses in YouTube videos? I used to do it all the time. I did the anime thing, I think. It's like the anime thing is when you push them up like this. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm like a cool guy now. Something like that. I want to do the anime thing. I like putting them down on my nose like that. It just puts weight on you. You know, I'm an intellectual. My hair's so big. Did you ever notice that? My hair's really big. I used to be a NEET. If you watch this YouTube channel for long enough, you know that. I used to be a NEET. I was a NEET for a really long time. You go back to my 9th grade year. In fact, if you look long enough on my second channel, you'll find videos of me talking about the fact that I dropped out in not much depth, because at that time I wasn't really making a lot of videos. But nonetheless, you'll find instances of me talking about this when it first began. 9th grade year. That was a rough year. Didn't want to go to school. Barely worked on anything that I was doing. I hated it. I really hated school. But this year I've somewhat been forced to go back by the powers that be, namely welfare offices. But also, I kind of decided that, you know, rather than registering as a homeschooler and just kind of making my own work, I wanted to get the credits that I would need for college to go up anyway. And so I said, you know what? Put me back in school. You know, let's go back in school and I'll get the credits for this, you know, credit recovery class that that I have to go to now. And I just show up at that class every day. I just do work to get up my credits. I have a certain amount that I have filled. Sometimes I go over it, you know, sometimes I do more work than I'm supposed to. But I show up every day to this credit recovery class. And it's really not that bad. You know, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, having to get on the bus every day and come in and deal with people. I just don't talk to any of the people because that's not really the kind of person that I am. I'm not particularly interested in making friends. And so I've just been going into school every day, and I have no feelings, positive or negative. It's like it's a totally neutral response from me. It's just like something that I do each day. Now, the first 2 days were pretty hard. I really didn't like the first 2 days, but that was mostly just because I was adjusting to the environment. But now, you know, I feel fine there. Like, it's not something that I necessarily like complain about. In fact, there's a part of me that kind of likes the monotony of it. I kind of like having a schedule that I just adhere to every single day. You know, I come into school, I have to do these things, they're written down on the board for me, or you gotta do this amount today, and then I just do it until 3 o'clock, and then I leave. You know, there's something kind of nice about having a routine like that, knowing what time I'm gonna wake up, knowing when I'm going to go to sleep, knowing exactly what I'm gonna do each day. Because for the last, you know, 2 or so, has it been 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that? It's been, you know, more than 2 years that I've been a NEET. I haven't really known what I'm going to do each day. It's always been like on the whims of the people around me. Maybe they'll pull me out to make me go do something against my will, or I'll just be at home fucking around all day, desperately trying to figure out what I'm going to do that day. Or, hey, maybe I have like a weird historical tangent that I want to get on, and I spend, you know, a month reading about one topic or something. You know, it's always completely random. And I think to other people, they like that randomness. They like waking up at a different time every day. They like not knowing exactly what they're going to do, but I don't. I don't like that. I like, you know, the sort of comfort in uniformity that's found, that, you know, you wake up and you know exactly what you're going to do that day. And for the longest time, I didn't have that. And so I don't really like the work. I don't think anyone likes work at school. I don't think anyone likes school. Um, but it's not terrible. You know, so far it's not horrible having to get up and go to school every day. And so it's kind of weird that like on this channel I've been like this NEET figure who's, you know, in the NEET community and who's just running around telling people don't get a job, don't go to school, and they'll never catch us and all this other stuff. And now I'm completely out of that. I was in the hikikomori community. I left the hikikomori community. I was in the NEET community, and now I'm education. You know, I'm in education. Uh, it's weird. It's weird to think about because if you look at my channel, especially in the last couple of months, you sort of see this sharp turn that's being taken. Is that at a certain point, I got really, really depressed, and then I was making all these videos being like, oh, I'm a depressed psycho, and all this other stuff. And then you start to see me kind of getting out of it, you know, being like, oh, I've been spending more time in the sun now, I've been going on walks now, and I'm trying to change my sleep schedule and this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden there's just this sharp turn. It's like I'm in school again, and I'm actually doing fine. Like, I'm not failing at anything, all the work is super easy. And so I guess I've just transcended the need status that I was in. I'm just not in it anymore. And, I don't, maybe something will change down the line. Maybe it'll be like a funny story that I can share on the channel. But things are very different now than they were before. And I think it's actually been a positive experience. Like having to wake up and be on a schedule and just go out. You know, it's better than just sitting in my room and being bored all day. So I just lay in bed, you know, and we'll be depressed. Now, I have a uniform.